I don't know how to start this episode of the Happy Hour. Hey guys, and welcome to the Happy Hour. My name is Jamie Ivey, and I am your host. And the Happy Hour is a show that I put out every single week with me and a girlfriend, and we just chat about life, what's going on, big stuff, little stuff. It is a super fun podcast, and I'm so glad you're here. If this is your first time to listen, though, I'm going to let you know today is a little bit different. Because normally the happy hour is me and a girlfriend, but today the happy hour is myself and my husband, Aaron. Hi.
Hi.
Welcome to my show.
Thanks.
Are you nervous?
I'm so nervous.
Why?
I don't know. I think maybe I'm nervous because, like, normally you're only talking to women in
You
this
seem
situation.
nervous.
I'm more nervous right now than I would be standing in front of 10,000 people with a guitar in my hand.
Wow. The happy hour does that to you, huh?
I guess so.
Well, it's fun because we just put our kids to bed, and right now we're sitting in our backyard getting eaten alive by mosquitoes.
Yeah.
But it's the only place we can go without the kids. You can hear birds in a minute. I kid you not.
Chickens.
If we go through this entire show and we don't hear the ice cream truck, it'll be like the first time ever.
Hello! That's what it sounds like.
We live in a neighborhood that the ice cream truck comes by up until at least 11:30 every night.
And let's be honest, there's only one thing you would buy off of an ice cream truck on East Side Austin at 11 o'clock.
We've never visited the ice cream truck, but it comes by every night.
Meth truck.
We don't know about that, but
Definitely
it does come
meth
by
truck.
every night. Aaron, I'm so glad you're here.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that's such a
I kinda
professional
live here,
intro.
so-
Yeah, you live here. So okay, this is a fun episode. Okay, let me tell you why. 2 reasons this is super fun. Number 1, today's my birthday.
It's your birthday!
I know. So that's super fun.
Happy birthday.
Thanks. Today I'm 37, which makes me officially older than you.
Don't you remember hearing about people who were, like, getting close to 40 and thinking that they were, like, so old?
Really old, yeah.
Yeah. Like, do you remember when one of our friends had, like, a over-the-hill 40th birthday party, and it just
everyone
seemed
wears
like, oh my god,
black
he's
and
almost dead.
Yeah.
Black balloons, white
Uh-huh.
balloons.
And now, today I'm 37, which
Doesn't-
means I'm
40
closer to
doesn't seem-
40 than
doesn't seem old.
35, right?
Yeah.
Or am I halfway?
Well,
no, I'm closer
we're
to
bad at
35.
math.
Whatever. It seems closer to 40.
Yeah.
But you know what? 30s are awesome.
hmm
40s are going to be even better.
And you look amazing.
Well, thanks.
I mean, because I'm sitting across from you in
I
our
know, thanks.
backyard.
So today's my birthday. That's a super fun reason for this podcast
Yep.
episode. But another super, super exciting thing. Today's May 6th. On May 9th is officially the Happy Hour podcast birthday. 1 year birthday.
We should sing something.
To the podcast?
Yeah.
To the Happy Hour?
You start.
It's okay. So do you remember when I wanted to start a podcast?
I remember when you wanted to start a garden.
Oh gosh, we're not going to talk about that.
We are. Oh, how the tables have been turned. Now I'm interviewing you. Do you remember the one time you asked if you could have a garden in our backyard?
Uh-huh. You said no.
No, I didn't say no. I would never say, like, no, Jamie, you can't. I would never squash your dreams.
Yes, you
try
would.
No, I wouldn't.
For gardens, you would.
I would never try to put, like,
Okay.
a thumb, even if it was a green one, on
Okay,
you.
what happened?
And I was like, that sounds like a lot of money. That would probably cost a lot of money to build a garden in our backyard. And we haven't had a track record of having green things flourish in our
Right.
yard
Mm-hmm.
in the past.
Mm-hmm.
So remember I said let's start with a tomato plant.
Okay. And I did.
Do you remember what happened to the tomato
I got
plant?
a tomato.
You did not get a tomato.
I didn't get one tomato the whole year.
Baby, you went to HEB, you bought a tomato, and you said that it came from
Oh,
your
that's
plant,
dumb.
and it did not.
Right now, I have planted in the front of the yard basil. And on the side of the yard, I have okra. And what else did I plant? We don't even know yet till it
Spaghetti
comes up.
squash.
I hope that's not spaghetti squash because there's nowhere to go for that to go.
But do you remember how you got that garden even after we agreed we weren't going to spend money on a garden?
How?
You just went and did it.
I just did it anyway.
You literally just went to the store and said, I don't care what you think, I'm going to buy a garden.
Yeah, we shouldn't do that in our marriage class. Do whatever you want.
It doesn't usually work out well.
No.
But your okra, I'm looking at it right now. It looks
It's
pretty
growing.
amazing.
I know.
Yeah.
I know. Okay, back to the podcast. Do you remember when I wanted to start a podcast?
Mm-hmm.
I've been saying it forever, and then finally I just did it.
Yeah.
And the first ones, they've
They've all been amazing. I've
thank
listened
you.
to every single one of
You're
them.
such a liar.
No.
How many? So this will be episode, I don't know, 38 maybe?
Mhm.
How many of you listen to?
37.
That's so dumb. 4? 5, maybe 5. I'm not offended. 5.
Wait,
Who's your favorite guest? Who's been your favorite guest so far?
Sarah Turner.
Sarah Turner. No one by Sarah Turner has ever been on the show. But who's been your favorite guest of the 5 you've listened to?
Sally Silverspoon.
So dumb. Do you listen to this show?
I do. I have listened to all of them, actually.
You have not listened to all of them. Don't lie.
I
but
usually
do you listen
to them on my morning runs.
You're so dumb.
No, I've listened to a lot of them.
Who's been your favorite?
All the ones with you in them.
Oh, that's sweet.
No, I listened to the one with you and Jen Hatmaker.
That's episode number 2.
And you with Jessica Turner.
Oh yeah, look at you.
And you with Shauna Nyquist.
Okay, now I know you're lying because I haven't even released that one yet. You're so dumb.
Okay, I heard you talking
That's
about.
coming out
You were
soon.
talking to me about y'all's podcast
Conversation
in the kitchen the other day.
She's coming out soon.
Well, it sounds like it's going to be amazing.
No, it's okay. It really is okay.
Michelle Obama coming out this fall.
Oh, that'd be fun, right? Who's the biggest named person I could possibly get on this show that you think would be awesome?
Sally Silverspoon.
You're so dumb. Who for real?
The biggest named, like, just person?
Yeah, who would be like, if you got this person on the show, it'd be amazing?
George W. Bush.
Oh.
Because,
have
have you told people on your podcast?
I haven't.
Granted, I have not listened to all of them. Full disclosure. But have you told them about your
I have a crush on George
crushes?
W. Bush.
And many other old men.
Mostly, I'm attracted to older men, which works out well for you as you age.
I'm not old.
I know, but one day you will
I've
be.
never ridden a horse. I don't have cowboy boots.
I
And I've
just
never
think
been
George
president
W. is
of the
cute.
United States.
Yeah. Not because he's president, or he was Mr. President. He's just cute.
Do you remember the one
That's
time?
an airplane flying over us that you can hear, by the way.
Or it might be a police helicopter. We don't know.
Oh.
Do you remember the one time that we accidentally got a Christmas card from George W. Bush? And what's his wife's name?
Barbara.
Olivia?
No, not Barbara. That's
Olivia.
his mom.
I was thinking Olivia Pope,
we
the
watched
mistress
Scandal.
of the president.
Laura. George and Laura, yeah.
Yeah. And you freaked out.
Well, I framed it, and it was sat in our living room for a couple of years.
And then I had to tell you, hey, that's actually not from him.
And we're not really friends with them.
And we never even contributed to George W. Bush. I don't know why we were on his list.
Do you remember at Sunday we were talking to someone at church and they said that they were friends with George W. And I was like, no, they said they were friends with George Bush. And I was like, W?
Yeah, you got all
George
flustered.
W. Bush?
You got blushed in the face.
I was kind of hoping he might be like, yeah, you and Aaron should go to dinner with George and Laura and my wife and I.
Why would that ever happen?
I don't know. I would actually, you know that game where you play if you can invite 5 people to dinner?
Kevin Bacon.
Everyone, no, because everyone's 2 people away from him, right?
5. Or 5
is
bacon.
It Kevin Bacon?
It's 5 bacon strips away from.
I think I would invite George, and he could bring Laura. That's fine.
Mm-hmm.
So that takes out 2 spots, though.
How do you feel like we're doing so far?
On our podcast.
I feel so nervous. Yeah, my armpits are sweating. Seriously, my hands are clammy.
I would be interested to see if the regular listeners
Nobody's gonna
even
listen.
care.
Nobody's gonna care.
They'll be like, go back to the old format.
Bring more women on.
Bring Michelle Obama. Shauna Nyquist will be here soon, ladies. Don't worry.
It sounds like she was awesome.
For real. Okay, coming up, Shauna's on the show. Today I actually talked to my friend Tasha Morrison, and we talked all about racial reconciliation issues. It was so wonderful.
Mm-hmm.
I talked to my friend Winter Pitts. She's coming on in a couple weeks. Her and I traveled to Uganda together, and she has devotionals out for little girls. And my friend Melanie Dell is coming, and she has a book out. And I'm talking to her this Friday, and I hope I'm not wrong, she's going to be one of the funnest guests I've ever had.
I thought that currently I was the most fun guest.
Right behind you.
Okay, why did you want to bring me on? I'm just curious.
Okay, I wanted to bring you on because I thought it'd be interesting for people to see us together. And I asked people for questions.
Wait, are we on camera right now?
No, but I asked people for questions that they would want to know from us.
Okay.
So, do you mean just throw out a couple of questions and you pick which one you want to answer? I think that would be kind of fun.
I thought the podcast was more just about laughing and having fun and stuff.
Well, we could do this. It's my birthday. You can tell them all the awesome things about me.
Let's do that first.
Okay, go for it.
Wait, do you have questions?
No, it's my birthday. What's awesome about me?
This is just me talking.
Yeah.
About how awesome you are?
Uh-huh.
Can you give me some sort of format?
That's not the regular format of the show, by the way.
I want the regular format.
Okay.
I don't want to be treated like an inferior guest here just because I'm your husband.
Aaron, what's new in your world? What are you working on these days?
Now, see, that's what I'm talking about.
I hear that you have a new album coming up. Tell me about it.
Do you want to know what I'm working on?
Yeah.
Well, since you are a high-powered podcaster now,
Uh-huh.
I've been doing a lot of laundry every day,
Oh.
a lot of sweeping and cleaning, and the bathrooms, a lot of cleaning of the bathrooms.
Okay,
The
without
ironing the sheets that you like, because remember you asked me, like, please make sure you iron the sheets after you put them on, so making sure the creases aren't there, that it smells like fresh picked daisies like you like. A lot of that
without
stuff.
throwing you under the bus, have you ever done a load of laundry since we've been married?
Sorry, I think the microphone's breaking. Is this on?
Have you ever done a load of laundry since we've been married?
Have I ever done a load of laundry since we've been married?
Uh-huh.
I'm sure that I have.
Like when I was gone to Uganda for 10 days recently, did you do any laundry?
I did not.
Did not. Yeah, there's another airplane. Okay, so for real, what are you working on right now? You have a new album coming out.
We have a new
People do
Austin
wanna
Stone
know
Worship
this, yeah.
album coming out this fall.
Let me start over real quick. If some of you may be listening, you may not know who Aaron is. Obviously, so far in the conversation, you figured out this is my husband. And Aaron and I moved to Austin 6.5 years ago for you to be the worship pastor at the Austin Stone Community Church.
Mm-hmm.
And so since we've been here, how many albums have y'all done? 4. And you can find them all at austinstoneworship.com or on my website, jamieivey.com. But anyhow, you have a new live recording coming out.
That's right.
So this is happening this week.
This is happening right now.
This
it
week.
happens this Friday. Sorry.
And
tapping the
how
table.
many songs are on this new album?
There are 11 new songs on it.
Okay. Are they all original to the Stone or any of them?
There are 2 hymns, but the rest are original, and they're all written with me and friends of mine.
Awesome.
So we're working on that right now, and it's a whole team of people working on it. We're filming it. This is the first thing we've ever filmed, so it'll be a live filming and recording. And yeah, I'm excited about it.
Which is super. When's it come out?
This fall.
When?
Do you need an actual date?
Well, I was just wondering, do y'all know? Because I asked someone else today up there and no one knew. Do y'all know when it comes out? Or is that something you can't tell till you get closer?
Yeah, not sure yet.
Okay. That sounds shady.
September.
Ooh. I don't know when it's coming out.
September.
Okay, September.
7th.
Probably around the
just
13th,
made that
probably, yeah.
I don't know.
Okay.
Sometime in September.
September, the new album's coming out.
Well, it's not even done yet, so it's hard to say. Like,
That's
this
true,
is when
you
it's
haven't
gonna
even
come out,
recorded it.
because what if something happens?
Yeah. So I've been having this dilemma with the recording coming up soon
Wait, you've had a dilemma?
Yeah, this is my dilemma. I'll share it with you real quick. How many people are going to be there?
At the filming? We've
400.
Yeah, we're only giving away 400 tickets.
Okay, so 400 people will be there for a live recording, and I've had this dilemma that I don't know if I've shared with you completely, but
I don't think you have.
Of course I'm going to be there. Oh my gosh, unbelievable, amazing. And normally on Sunday mornings, I sit on the front row, like I guess a good pastor's wife should do, whatever that means.
Right.
But at this recording, I am nervous to sit on the front row because this is a live recording.
Right.
And I'm tone deaf.
Very.
And so
So you're worried that
I'm
it's going to
worried
come
the
through the
mic is gonna pick up.
microphones and people are going to hear.
Will it pick up?
Yeah.
Okay. So I think I'm going to sit in the back.
Well, when you come in the door, we're actually like testing everybody
This is dumb.
to see if you can sing.
I'm going to automatically be in the back. No, but
No, you won't be able to hear your
Yeah.
individual voice.
okay, good.
The point is just to capture a bunch of people singing.
It's going to be awesome. I'm
Yeah.
super excited. I've
Me
been
too.
listening to the songs. I mean, obviously, here's where Aaron and I are. Aaron is a musician, obviously. I am not, obviously. And so, I don't know. We've never really done ministry together, have we?
Well, we do ministry together, but we don't do music together.
Okay, that's true. And you know, when we first got married, we were in student ministry.
And we did that together.
Yeah, we did.
We do all kinds of ministry together, but we don't do anything musical together.
That's true. We don't do anything musical together. Someone had asked.
Well, we did try one time. Do you remember when we tried to write a song together?
Yeah, you didn't like any of my words.
Well, they all were terrible.
Well, that's not necessarily true. I think that you
No,
just.
it's actually like doctoral fact.
I
It's
think
true. They
you-
were terrible.
So someone asked a question on Instagram.
Oh, Lord.
Misfit1983 said, "What is that dynamic in doing ministry together?" And how? Well, that's a different subject. But she said, "What is the dynamic in doing ministry together? What's our dynamic?"
I mean, our dynamic
I don't think our
is-
ministries overlap that much, though. Or you're saying we do? What do you mean?
Well, I'm saying like ministry isn't something else that we try to do
It's our
together.
life.
It is just our life.
Okay, so how would you answer that? What's our dynamic in doing ministry together?
We do everything together. Like you're at everything I do, and Obviously,
You
I'm
listen to all
sitting
my
at your freaking
podcasts.
podcast, sweating with clammy hands. No, I mean, we do everything together. It's not like you have your thing and I have my thing.
Yeah.
Even though you don't understand my thing, and I clearly don't understand what this silver microphone is in front of my
Right.
face, but we do it together.
Uh-huh.
We encourage each other and support each other, and we root for each other.
I think that's been an area that I personally, you can address this for your own self, but I've had to grow in a lot with supporting you because I don't understand a lot of times what you do. Like, I don't understand the process of writing music. I don't understand leading. I mean, of course, I probably would know a lot more compared to just the average woman walking up just because I've been married to you for 13 years.
Mm-hmm.
But I think I've had to just support you in ways sometimes that I don't necessarily understand.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
It does.
Like, for example, if you have led, all day for Easter Sunday, like, you want to hear from me that you did a great job up there.
Yeah, and not ask me 1,000 questions.
And not talk to you, really. That's how you are on Sundays.
No, I'm just an introvert, so.
You're a big introvert. No, but I mean, it just, like, to me, sometimes it just seems like your job.
Mm-hmm.
Or you lead worship on Sundays. But it really is more than that. And so it takes me, like, stepping out.
And engaging in
it. Yeah.
And caring about it.
Yeah.
But for me, too. I mean, like, your podcast is a ministry, and the things that you do with human trafficking in Austin and things that you do with adoption, it's not less of a ministry just because you don't work at a ministry.
Yeah.
Or you don't work at a church.
Mm-hmm.
So I have to engage in what you're doing because what you're doing is really important and really awesome. And it'd be easy for me just to not think about it or not value it. But
yeah,
that's why we're a good team, is because you try to value, you try to engage in everything I'm doing, and I try to engage in everything you are doing.
It's true.
Constantly. And then when we don't, several times you've been like, Aaron, I don't feel like you care about this.
And vice versa.
Yeah. And always I'll be like, well, that's definitely not true, so let's try to change that.
I've talked openly. I think I wrote a blog one time about being your cheerleader.
Mm-hmm.
And I used the illustration of, like, a big, like, animal cage with two gerbils on a spinning thing. What are those things called? What do you think? Spinners? Gerbil spinners?
Gerbil wheel?
Gerbil wheel, like a Ferris wheel, but for gerbils. I've used the illustration that both of us can get super busy doing our own thing, spinning on our own wheels.
Yeah.
And then we don't really
think about the other person. Because
we're busy spinning.
When really, I should be thinking like, oh, she looks so furry and warm. I just want to snuggle up with that furry and warm.
You want to get off your
gerbil.
wheel and come snuggle in my wheel with me.
Yeah.
No, but in all reality, it takes somebody getting off of their wheel to come over and say, like, hey, I see you, and I acknowledge what you're doing. And then that encourages the other person to do the same.
Yep.
We've had moments like that.
Totally.
For sure.
Totally.
For sure.
Like the time you called me out for not listening to your podcast. That was about 4 minutes ago.
And you should. Kay Witten asked on Instagram.
Oh my goodness!
Did
you tell these people to ask
about
questions?
my podcast?
How do I feel?
Uh-huh.
What do you mean feel?
Yeah, like, you like it? You think it's good?
I think it's amazing.
Okay, good.
I think it's awesome. I think that I've only missed a couple, but the thing
just a few.
The thing that I love about them is that you are having fun with
Mm-hmm.
people, with all these other women that are doing amazing things and are amazing people
Mm-hmm.
in different cities and even in our city. But you're having fun and you're talking about life and kids and all that kind of stuff. But then you're also talking about serious things, whether it's Soul Hope. I listened to that one.
Oh, with Asher. Awesome.
Asher.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was incredible.
That was a great one, yeah.
So you're pointing to an organization that
I
needs
believe in,
awareness.
yeah.
It needs people talking about it.
Yeah.
So I think it's awesome. It's
Thanks.
incredible.
Okay, great. Mrs. Lula said this: how have you changed since you got married? Which is both of us. How have we changed since we got married? That's a big one. We've changed a lot.
I wish that we could show a photograph right now.
I'll put one up on the vlog.
Oh, my Lord.
I just sent a picture today to some friends, girls in my supper club. We were texting back and forth, and I sent them a picture. You know which one I'm talking about, of me and you in an ice cream shop.
Is it Maggie Moo's?
I don't know, but
so when
we're both eating ice cream. And
my goodness.
Yeah.
We look like we got stung by bees.
Yeah, I was pregnant.
I was swollen.
Yeah.
From Maggie Moo's. But, so, remember it was like the first year of marriage when we got married in Sugar Land, Texas, right? Mm-hmm. And it was a very, very rich community. So all these rich, high people gave us lots of really good gifts, remember? Mm-hmm. And we got like ice cream machine and milkshake
Waffle
machine,
makers.
waffle maker. It was
Mhm.
all this like make stuff
Right.
every day and
Uh-huh.
just live in excess,
Uh-huh.
right? So we did. Remember we made milkshakes
Every night.
every night.
Every night we ate milkshakes.
Every night. That's why the picture
Probably
that's
in
on
bed.
your blog
Probably in
looks
bed.
like we both got stung by 1,000 bees. You remember that?
Mm-hmm.
And then I had a thing with Maggie Moo's ice cream where I would eat a cotton candy milkshake every single day.
Which that sounds so disgusting right now.
That's 365 cotton candy milkshakes in the first year. They were so good.
That's so gross.
But have we changed a lot? Absolutely, because when we first got married, I was a little bit larger.
Okay, yeah. So you've changed physically.
Oh, was the person asking that?
Probably not physically. How have we changed?
Lula K was not asking
How
that.
have we changed? We've been married almost 14 years. How have we changed in our marriage? I say a lot.
Oh my gosh, totally. I feel like the first couple of years of marriage, I don't feel like we had anything that we were like doing with our lives.
Yeah,
You know, I mean,
that's true.
we were finishing school. Wait,
Yeah, we got
I was
married
finishing school.
Well, we were both still in college when we got married. I had a year left, and you had a year and a half left.
Okay, well, you don't have to be like, so specific.
7 years for you.
Okay,
6 for me. I mean, it's
Right.
not that much better.
you should, yeah.
And we have
keep
bachelor
going.
degrees. Okay, go
Uh-huh.
on.
But then even after college, I don't feel like we sunk into like,
Yeah.
what is our life about?
Yeah.
So when we moved to Nashville after we got married, I like traveled and played music and all that kind of stuff and loved it. And even though that was really good, I don't think that we had like this thing in life that
Yeah,
we
I
were
don't
like
either.
passionate about.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah. I look back and I feel like that we wasted a lot of our first years.
we wasted
Wasted
them.
maybe not is not a good. I mean, I don't want to say that like anything we did was wasteful, but
There were a lot of days when we would just wake up and watch Ellen
oh yeah, for sure.
and Oprah.
Yeah. Because you traveled, so much. You'd be gone every Thursday through Monday.
Right.
So then
The rest of the days
the rest of the days we just hung out.
when I wish we would have cared about
Anything.
something in that community or
Or
something, in
the world.
yeah.
Anything,
But we didn't.
Yeah.
Until you went to Haiti.
Yeah, and then we
And that's
started
what
our
kind of like
adoption.
catapulted the
Yeah.
whole thing.
Yeah. Went to Haiti when our kids were almost 1 and almost 3.
Yep.
So went there for the first time. Yeah.
So I think what's changed a lot for us is kind of like being aware of what's going on in the world
Yeah.
and caring about it
Hmm.
and wanting to do something about it.
Yeah.
That was not always the case.
Yeah. I think we've changed too, like socially. Like we both have tattoos. I know that's kind of like surface level, but
I used to wear rope belts and khaki pants.
everybody did though.
Not everybody.
But we've changed like socially a little bit as well. And so I think that we've changed together, which has helped out a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Like if just one of us would have started getting tattoos all over the place, the other one might not have been happy about it. Maybe?
Right.
I don't know.
Whenever you said tattoos all over the place, I thought of the guy that has like scales tattooed all over
Oh
his entire
yeah.
body.
No, we don't
Salamander
have that.
Man?
No. Okay, another question. Candy Hansen said this. How do you prioritize date nights and how do you figure out who does the planning? That's a good question.
Where are these questions coming from?
Instagram. I know. Aren't these people great?
Mm-hmm. They are great. Well, what's been really important for us for a really long time now has been a weekly date night.
Yeah.
Because even when we had tiny kids, we realized that it was important to just get away and just go have dinner somewhere
Yeah.
or be away during Mother's Day out. Remember, we would drop our kids off at Mother's Day out and we would go have like lunch dates.
We would go on every Tuesday to the same restaurant.
Mothers.
And I had a to-go menu in my purse and we were going to go
paper
through the
menu.
entire menu.
And we did. And
Yeah.
that was years ago. But we started this a long, long time ago. And it was like, the rule was no matter what's going on in any sort of given week, no excuse on money for babysitting or, whether we were in town or whatever. Once a week, we were going to get together and have a date night away from kids
Yeah.
or a date day.
Yeah.
It didn't matter.
Yeah.
Even if it was just like an hour.
Yeah.
So we still do that.
We do that, and for me, I've always said that it's really important. It was really important for me when I had kids at home. Like all of our kids go to school every day at 7:30. So that's great. I get to do a podcast now. I get to do more stuff. But when I was home with kids all day long, I had to have a date night on the calendar that week.
Mm-hmm.
Like it was so important for me.
Yeah.
Because I was stuck with them all day. You
Yeah.
just were there at night.
And it's not like, I think most couples, their excuse for not having date nights is, well, it's too expensive, and babysitting is really expensive.
It is, yeah.
You know, if you're doing it right, and going out to eat is very expensive.
Yeah.
But early on, we decided, like, okay, well, then we're going to get creative. Like, money's not going to hinder us from dating each other.
And
Because when we were in college and we didn't have jobs, we still dated each other. So why would we not date each other when we have a job, but we have kids?
Remember the babysitting co-op we were in?
Yep.
I always tell people that that's a great option if cash is an issue. We found 4 couples, and granted, the hardest part for us with our co-op was all of the couples we found, except for one of them. We had 4 or more kids, so that ended up being a lot of kids. But find some families in your circle that you trust, that your kids get along with, and so it was 4 couples.
Right.
So the first, for example, Thursday, then we would have all the kids at our house. And then all the other couples would go out and they'd have free babysitting. And then every other week, someone else would have the kids. So we only had, it seemed like 800 kids, but we only had the kids at our house for 1 week. But then we got three free babysitting nights throughout the month. So I think that's a good idea.
It's a great idea.
Yeah.
And while you were talking, I just took a picture of you with, like, your headphones on and your hand motion stuff.
Because I talk with my hands a lot.
Instagram because it's awesome.
Okay, I have another question for you.
Okay.
Kristen McCall said this. She said, I'm always interested to know a husband's behind-the-scenes views of having part of his life on display for all. Is there anything that's off limits on the blog or podcast?
Yeah, there's definitely things that are off limits. And you do a really good job of being sensitive to that and always asking.
I send you a lot of my posts before they go up.
I think you send probably, like, well, any post that's, like,
that might have something
serious
in it,
or... anything like theological or family oriented or social oriented, you always send it and you're like, hey, what do you think about this?
Yeah, for sure. On a side note, anything that might have anything theological in it that I might post, 3 or 4 people have seen it before it goes up.
Right.
And that's just because
that's good.
I don't want to be blasphemous or anything.
But even with our kids, we guard that too because, okay, so I haven't told you this, but just today, I saw one of our babysitters at a coffee shop.
Okay.
Right? And quick interaction, she said, yeah, I told Story that I saw her on Instagram, and Story, like, kind of got weird and freaked out or whatever. And so the babysitter was like, sorry if that made it awkward or whatever. I didn't know that Story didn't know that wasn't on Instagram.
Yeah.
So it made me think, like, now that our kids are getting older, people are going to have conversations with them about things that we post on social media that we might think is funny or stupid or whatever, but it actually affects them.
Yeah.
And don't some of Caden's friends, like, follow you on Instagram?
Yeah, that's the weirdest thing ever.
That's so weird.
Yeah.
That
he's 11 in 5th grade, and I've seen some of his friends ask me for a
because
friend
they
request.
saw you at school and they're like, Caden, your mom's hot. We're going to follow her.
Well, I don't know about that. But I do ask the boys, and that makes me think that you saying that I need to ask Story as well. I don't ask Story as much because she's 7 and I just feel like she shouldn't care. I ask the boys all the time, can I put this on Facebook and Instagram? You know who says no all the time?
Deacon.
You know who doesn't give a crap and says yes? Caden.
He doesn't give a crap about anything.
You'll take, like, the stupidest picture video of him, and I'll be like, you should ask him. And you'll ask him, be like, I don't care.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's true. I do that.
That's a good question, though.
Yeah.
I think, yes, we do care for sure, and we're cautious about that.
And it does seem, I get people all the time that are like, that come up to me, and they're just like, I feel like I know you because of your podcast and your Instagram. And that is true, but just to let everyone know, whoever you feel like you know because of what they put out, you only know what they put out.
Very true.
I mean, there are so many parts of my life that I could never let anyone know about. Just because you're a person that's a public figure through podcasting, Instagramming, blogging, you only really know what they let you know.
Right. True.
So, there you go.
True. Like Justin Bieber.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Let's see here. We got such good questions.
I can't wait to spend the rest of the night in the backyard talking about all these questions.
I don't think it's Betty. Bette.
Maybe Bet
Bronson said, what is your favorite meal Aaron cooks for you?
That's a really good question. Because I do love to cook.
Aaron loves to cook.
I
and
love
you
to cook
most of our meals.
I do cook most of our meals, and I love doing it. It's how I show people love.
Favorite meal?
What's your favorite?
I don't know that you made some amazing stir fry tonight. I don't know if I have a...
Hey, let's stop for a second. That was real good. It was
really good. I don't know that I have a favorite meal. I love when we're in our backyard, like we are now, The lights are above us. The grill is going on. I'm drinking wine. I'm usually reading a book. The kids are playing. Those are my top favorite nights ever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mine too.
Yeah.
And I love cooking for our family because I want my kids to, I mean, you know how kids are. They're not going to remember a whole lot of things, but they're going to remember things that were like different or like stood out, you know, that were not the normal routine. I don't think they're going to remember van rides to school. They're not going to remember sitting in PE. They're not going to remember those things, but they're going to remember the few things that happened in their life that were different, that sparked some sort of like imagination and creativity. And that's what I think cooking is for our family, is that they all come home from school and immediately they're like, Dad, what are you going to cook? What's the appetizer course going to be?
Oh, when you're out of town, they're like, hey, Mom, what's for appetizer? I'll be like, you know what? Go up, leave me alone. Shut your face.
Yeah.
We're having peas,
go clean your dang
carrot
room
sticks, and some like ground beef.
But for me, I love it because it's like, you know how hard it is to get your kids to talk to you about anything. You ask them, how was school? And they're good, right? Yeah. But for me, the reason I love cooking is because everybody's in the kitchen, and they're talking, and they're asking questions, and they want to help, and every kid wants to be a part. Yeah. And it's like that one, you're only with your kids like 3 hours a day because school is ridiculous.
I mean, let's be honest here. Sometimes that drives us crazy.
Yeah.
All the kids in the kitchen.
Yeah.
I mean, just to keep a real picture here. Sometimes that drives us crazy. But we also see the like value in it. And I think you do a good job of like every night it's like a different kid in there helping you. Yeah. Except for Caden. He doesn't like to help.
He doesn't give a crap.
He doesn't care about cooking.
Nope.
Christy Bjornis.
Aw.
We knew.
Speaking of back in the day.
Back in the day, we knew the people not the people she's married to, but her husband and their family. And
her.
And she's babysat for us before. She said, what makes the two of you connect the best?
I mean, not to sound like over the top whatever, but we both individually really love Jesus. And if like that wasn't the common sort of thing between us, it'd be a lot harder.
We don't have that much in common.
No, you don't. we absolutely do not.
It's funny because on
I'm the only person you ever dated that has not played sports.
That did not play baseball. It's so weird.
Right?
Yeah.
So I mean, not to make like light of it or be like dramatic about it. Honestly, right. If it wasn't for both of us individually loving Jesus and wanting like something to matter in our life bigger than ourselves, like we don't have 1,000 things in common. We love scandal. We love.
You hate scandal.
I don't like Shonda. Yeah. Shonda's the writer.
I know.
Who also wrote Grey's Anatomy, and everything about everything she writes is about the love triangle and McSteamy and all that crap. Tasha and I were talking about it today. She's coming. She'll be on the show in a couple weeks. Is that about Shonda?
No, I told her how much you hate Scandal.
I hate it. I
watch it and
you're
like, I'm done with it.
Every episode, I watch an episode. I say I'm never going to watch it again.
You watch it, and then you're
the
like,
following week, I'm like, okay, I'll give it one more.
I know. Someone asked here, Montana Moxie, which I love these Instagram names. Montana Moxie said, "What was our first date and how did we meet?" Let's keep it short. This could go on for a long time, but how did we meet and what was our first date? This goes along with my friend Jessica Thompson is on Twitter, and she sent me a message, and she said she wanted to hear his side, her side to how you met. Yeah. And Jessica was just on the show. She's one of my favorite guests. Have you listened to her at all? Jessica Thompson?
Binged on it. I loved every
second
of it. You're
so dumb. Go back and listen to her. She's one of my favorite guests. Anyhow.
Okay. We met
at church.
There's going to be two different stories, so I'll tell mine and then you tell yours.
Well, okay.
No?
No, that's great.
I mean, it's not my podcast.
Let's not keep people all night.
Okay, it's your podcast. You tell us what to do.
We met at church. And you met me first. Tell your side.
Okay, I'll tell my side. I worked at a church.
If you can't tell, we both like to tell each other what to do.
Big time.
Okay, go ahead.
I worked at a church, and I knew your mom, your dad, and your younger brother. You were off to college, Dallas Baptist University, and your mom.
Don't tell people. I don't like to tell people I went to college
DBU.
Those first few years.
And your mom kept coming up to me again and again and again because she knew I was single.
And my brother Jordan honestly, was in your student ministry.
At the time, I was quite the find. You know what I'm saying? Single, happy,
student pastor, love Jesus,
really great guy, hardworking,
yeah,
attractive, funny,
all those qualities you have.
So she kept coming to me. She's like, oh my God, you got to meet my daughter. She's so amazing, right? But your mom at the time,
which is kind of bold of my mom.
Your mom at the time also had sent me a couple emails that was like, hey, I noticed you used the word freaking in like a newsletter to the students. That's probably not appropriate, and like several other things, right? So I didn't know your mom.
Would be happy if we
totally. I love your mom, but at the time I didn't know your mom, so I was like, okay, if your daughter is anything like you, I don't know if that would be like the best fit because
she was calling you out on saying freaking.
I'm freaking, right? Yeah. Right. So me and your mom are great friends now. I love her. She's incredible. Just in case she listens to this. So I didn't pay any attention to it whatsoever, right? And then Christmas rolled around, and it was, new people come to church, whatever, and I was in charge of welcoming people, and I noticed this super hot college girl that walked into the church, and it was a smaller church, so anytime somebody new or super attractive comes into the church,
so nice.
you notice them, right? And I immediately noticed you, and wanted to like meet you, right? And sit next to you and whatever.
Hold my hand.
Hold your hand. And then immediately your mom came up, and I was like, oh my gosh, here she comes again, right? She's gonna tell me about her daughter, and she's like,
that's really bold of my mom,
right? She's like, you have to meet my daughter. I'm like, and I was like, I was trying to like push her away so I could like check you out coming in the foyer and stuff.
And I didn't love Jesus, so I probably was looking.
It was very, very short.
Yeah. Yeah.
Short and low. Everything was short and low.
And
yes. Lots of skin.
Yes.
So I didn't listen to your mom at all. And then finally I figured like your mom was like, this is my daughter. She's from out of town. Would you like to meet her? And I realized it was you. That's how we first met. Which I
don't remember that, but.
You don't remember that?
No.
I remember it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I asked you out that day. We got married the next day.
That's so dumb. You actually asked me out, and I said no.
You said no for a very long time.
You asked me out, and I said no because I just started dating someone else. And then fast forward a year, and you asked me out again, and I said yes.
Well, I mean, in that year,
a lot happened.
Remember we went on a ski trip?
We went on a ski trip.
And had a blast.
And
I didn't know that you had a serious boyfriend.
I had a really serious boyfriend
But I didn't know. And you should have told me. In hindsight, I'm telling you should have told me.
Okay, I'm sorry.
So we're like skiing. We're getting lost in the woods.
It sounds like I was scandalous.
You were scandalous.
I was not.
You totally were.
We had a lot of fun. I remember.
Hold on. Remember ski trip, right? And then we get home from the ski trip. And you're like, I had a blast. It was so good getting to know you. Can't wait to see you again. And then I watched you with my elbows on the glass, looking out
of the Greyhound.
And you got out and gave your bags to this really big, strong, muscular baseball player guy and hugged him, and then waved at me as we drove off. Yeah. And I figured out that was your fiance. And it broke
we
my
weren't
heart.
engaged yet, but I did get engaged to this guy, and then, but I was just starting to like follow Jesus for the first time ever that spring. Like January, we went to Passion together. I rode up in your car, me, you, and another girl, and I had a boyfriend, but for some reason, God only knows.
You left that out also.
Yeah, I went to Passion, and God really just kind of opened my eyes up to so much. I grew up in the church my whole life, but I wasn't following Jesus. And so that year, a lot changed in my life.
Yeah.
And that summer, I broke off the engagement with this guy because I was just, long story.
And then we started dating.
And then in that December, we started dating. And we were married like a year and a half later.
Yep.
Oh, that's all right. I wouldn't change much about what you said.
No, that's pretty.
His side, her side.
On, yeah.
Where did we go on our first date?
Chewy's in Houston, Texas.
We did. True story. Okay, Aaron.
Yeah.
Am
I doing well? Like, pretty good so far?
You're a great guest. You really are. I love having you on. I think that you'll have to come on more often. Like maybe once a quarter. I'm fine with being
like a weekly. Yeah, once a quarter.
Okay, so I'm going to talk about this article real quick and then get your mind thinking. But I know you can't do two things at once because I'm married to you. But eventually I'm going to ask you, what are your 3 favorite things that you're loving right now?
Okay.
It could be anything from toothpaste to a song to a new pair of jeans or whatever. So I found this article on Huffington Post. It's called 10 Habits of Happy Couples. Okay, don't look at it. I want to know if we do any of these 10 things.
Okay.
Because we're pretty happy.
I think we're incredibly happy.
I think we're really happy as a couple. So here we go. Number 1, they go to bed at the same time. How well do we do that?
I would say, I mean, we definitely try to.
Mhm.
It depends on the season.
It depends on the season. I was going to say
Like
this season,
this week, 0.
right? And last week, 0.
That's not optimum. We don't
No.
like that.
Mm-mm.
But I can't remember the last time that we
Did or did I?
did.
Oh, we did last night. We went to bed at the same time.
Was I there? I don't remember that.
I think you're right. In this season, you're out a lot at night because what you do well that I appreciate and that your job allows you is that a lot of times you come home between 4 and 5 and you're with us until 8 o'clock. And then in these busy seasons, you might go back to work.
Meeting stuff at night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I would say in a regular season,
I would rather plan it at night after the kids go to bed.
Then come home at 6.
Then miss dinner and family time.
And I'm not cooking, so there you go.
And you're a slave driver, so you make me come home and cook
dinner. I would say a lot of times though we do. Like if we're at home, we go to bed at the same time.
It's the best when that happens. Yeah.
Number 2, and we already talked about this a little bit, and this is going to make us sound like we don't do this. They find common interest.
But we do.
But I think we do.
We
That's
totally
what I'm saying. Yeah.
Okay, what are our common interests?
Eating out. We like good food.
We love good food.
We love traveling.
We love traveling.
We like TV shows. Does that count?
Scandal doesn't count.
That's not one we both love. What shows do we both love that we've watched?
Walking Dead.
Walking Dead, yes.
Homeland.
That's just recent. Parenthood. We both did that.
We cry on the couch after every episode.
Yeah.
No, but this is actually true though. We do find common interest and we do that all the time.
Mm-hmm. Do you like to go to baseball games with me?
I would rather watch grass grow than watch a Little League baseball game.
Which we do a lot of that these days, and I love it. I have a new job now at the baseball games. Did you see on Saturday I got a new job?
Jamie, you didn't get that job.
I asked for it?
No, you didn't ask for it. You told them that was your new job.
So my new job is the scorebook, and not just like tallying points, but I have the big flip thing where I like tally every hit, every pitch, everything. I love it. Okay, number 3, they touch.
We do touch. Well, your love language is physical touch.
One of my love languages is physical touch, which is, I would say, not as common for women.
Yeah, I think that's true.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But I love, like I told you before, if like we're in a big group of people, I love it and you come behind me and put your hand on the small of my back. It does so much for me.
Right. That's weird. I have my hand on the small of your back right now.
No, you don't. Hello. This just got awkward on the podcast. Sorry, everybody that's listening. Number 4, they don't pointlessly nag.
Oh my gosh. That's 100% true about us.
It says happy couples emphasize the positive things that their partner does.
Yep.
It means that if something's bothering you, have a real conversation about it. Nitpicking, nagging, and criticizing are not way to someone's heart.
Nobody wants that.
No.
And we noticed that early on when we were
learned
around.
that early.
We learned it from being around other young married couples that were, the same sort of season we were in. And we would get home, we'd be like, God, he really tore her down in public. Or, man, she just reamed him the entire time, and how uncomfortable that was for everybody in that room. And so I think just kind of from the beginning, we decided hey, we're going to talk about this stuff, but let's not belittle each other in front of other people.
I think I decided early on that I didn't want to be that wife either.
Because nobody wants that wife.
But here's the deal, too, that I think that we need to talk about here for just a split second is that if I put you down in public, and I'm kind of a sarcastic, we've had this scenario play out. I'm kind of both of us, sarcastic, funny person. I might say something to get a laugh, but it's at your expense.
Mm-hmm.
And later,
that doesn't go well.
It doesn't go well. And later, when you tell me that, I need to have the humility and the graciousness that even if I'm like, dude, I was just joking, get over it. Like that may be my initial response.
But you have the humility to say, okay, well, if
that hurt him.
If that upset you,
I'm sorry.
Then I should not do that anymore.
Yeah. Because I think our first reaction as humans is to be
get over it.
That's stupid. I was just joking. But it just builds a wall up. And so I think we've done a good job of that. But we've learned that the hard way. Number 5, they embrace affection, continue to kiss each other hello and say I love you.
We do that.
We do that.
For sure.
Our kids ask us tonight over dinner, what's the longest amount of time we've ever kissed for.
Remember I told Deacon 8 minutes?
Yeah.
And they were like, what?
What? Which I don't think I could kiss anyone. Well, I only want to kiss you, but
Wait, so
I don't think I could kiss
you
for 8
almost
minutes.
said, I don't think I could kiss anyone. You're thinking about George W. again.
Oh, gosh. Okay, number 6. They maintain the intimacy. We're just going to, like, glaze over this. Nobody needs to talk about
Check
this.
mark.
Okay, number 7. They go out together. We talk
Once
about
a
date
week.
nights.
Yep, once a week.
Yeah, it's essential. And I think, I mean, I get it. We get it. We have 4 kids. We get I'm so tired at the end of the day, especially a mom that's at home with her kids all day.
Oh, yeah.
And a dad that, like, has been working all day. Both of you are equally tired. And the last thing you want to do is, like, get ready and go out.
Totally.
And sometimes, even on our date nights, we look at each other and we think for a moment,
Should we stay?
should we stay home?
But then we're
It's
like,
always worth
no,
it when we go. Yeah.
we're going to go.
Yeah. Number 8, they genuinely enjoy each other's company.
True. 100%.
Number 9, they break routines. That's a good one.
I mean, we're sitting in the backyard right now
recording a podcast
with a silver microphone and my hand on the small of your back.
Shut up. It is not. It's so inappropriate. Number 10. This is not like Love Lines with Delilah.
Oh my gosh. I used to listen to that all
Who
the time.
didn't listen to Love Lines? I used to listen to it with my parents, like they were in bed and I had my headphones out.
Listen,
you know, like the big headphones?
Yes.
And you had to dial in the thing.
Well, my parents wouldn't let me listen to like any
No, Love Lines
secular
was Dr.
stuff.
Drew, right?
Dr.
yeah.
Dre or Drew?
Not Dr. Dre, but Dr. Drew.
Dr. Drew. So listen, I stole a pair of Walkman headphones from my friend in high school, New Caney High School.
So you could listen to Dr.
So I could
Drew?
listen to Dr. Drew, yeah. And I would lay in my waterbed at night.
Which is weird that you had a water
I
bed.
had a freaking queen-size waterbed. And I would just lay there floating,
Okay, that
listening-
sounds so weird.
listening to Love
You
Lines.
sound like a creeper.
I mean,
If someone
I don't
told
think I was
me,
a
I think
creeper.
my neighbor lays in bed and moves around on his waterbed.
I wasn't moving around. The waterbed was moving around.
Okay. Number 9. Okay. Number 10, the last one. They put their phones away.
What were you saying? I was just texting
Yeah,
Bush.
exactly.
Hold on. What?
They put their phones away.
That's true.
I think it's a hard
But
one.
it is a very, very hard one. And honestly, we're not great about that.
I would say this would be our number 1 struggle.
Yep. Because we're both very busy, and
Mhm. We got nothing to say, huh?
yeah, we kind of suck at that.
We need to fix that.
Yeah.
We need to fix that. Okay, the last little thing, and then I'm gonna get your 3 favorite things. I found this other article. It
Oh
said
my
5
gosh.
things long-lasting couples do differently. Okay, so if we're gonna make it to the end, honey,
We better
we
do
need to
what
do these. Number 1, travel together.
hipsterblog.org says.
Travel together.
Done.
So can you talk to, like, I meet so many people all the time that they say they have never been on a vacation without their kids,
With just their spouse.
just their spouse.
Yeah, I don't think that's okay. Like, I am actually adamant on the fact that even when you have younger kids, you should be striving to have, like, some sort of rhythm of going on a trip with your spouse consistently.
Yeah.
No question.
Mm-hmm.
Even if it's, like, an overnight trip to some, maybe the downtown of the city that's
Yeah.
near you. It doesn't
Mhm.
have to be, like, hey,
Holiday
we're
Inn
going...
Express
It doesn't
is
have to be
awesome.
we're going to the Bahamas.
Right.
But just to show, like, your spouse, like, hey, you're important enough
Mhm.
for me to say everything else is going to wait.
Yeah.
And we're going to go somewhere just
And
for
to show
one
your
night.
kids.
To show your kids, like,
Yeah.
hey, your mom is more important than you.
That's dang right that she is.
It's 100% right.
Yeah.
Because these little jokers are going to be gone in a few years.
It's just me and you, baby.
All I got left is you, girl.
Mm-hmm. Number 2 is laugh together. That was good.
Mhm.
We laugh together.
We do.
Number 3, go on dates. I think we have beat this horse to death. Go on dates together. Number 4, work towards a goal together. You got anything for that one? Work towards a goal together.
Yeah. Okay, here's what I think about that.
Oh, okay.
I don't think that we've ever said, hey, here's our goal for the next year.
Okay.
But what I do think that we've done without
Which a
even
lot of
thinking
people
about
do
it,
that, and that's great.
it's awesome.
Yeah.
But I think that what we've done without thinking about it is to have some sort of big, like, thing that our family is, like, aimed at.
Okay.
So, early on it was like Haiti.
Mm-hmm.
So it wasn't like, hey, one of our goals is to adopt.
Mm-hmm.
That was just something that our family became really passionate about. And
Yeah.
we changed everything around that, you know,
Mm-hmm.
or moving into the neighborhood that we're in right now.
Mm-hmm.
So we live in East Austin,
Yeah.
kind of an underprivileged neighborhood in
Mm-hmm.
Austin. That wasn't a goal.
Yeah, I see what you're
But
saying.
you and I said, let's go that
Yeah.
direction.
Yeah.
And we did. And so our
Yeah.
whole family bent around that. So
Yeah.
I think the blog or whatever you got that from,
That was the point of it.
hipsterblog.org,
Is for us to do
is
something. Is
right.
for you to do something together.
That our whole life, though,
Mhm.
because we care about people and ministry and the world and our neighbors.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's really good.
It's just working towards a shared goal. Yeah.
Yeah.
The fifth thing. This is so easy. This is kind of lame. These are really easy things. The fifth thing is to hold hands always.
Oh.
You like holding my hand?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was it. Okay, Aaron, what are 3 things you're loving these days? That's my new thing that I'm asking guests on the show is I want to know the 3 things they're loving. It could be anything. A new song, a new beard oil scent, a new hat, a new recipe, a new anything. What
Okay.
are 3 things? Like, I want it to be like, I tell the people coming on the show, what are the 3 things, like, what do you want to tell your girlfriends about? So what do you want to tell your boyfriends? Do y'all call each other that?
We don't call each other boyfriends.
Okay, what do you want to tell your friends about?
If I like had a text group and like called it if I had a text group and called it boyfriends.
To my girlfriends. That's what I got. Okay, what are your 3 things?
No. Number 1, Helm boots.
Oh, yeah, you love your Helm boots.
I love my Helm boots.
Okay.
HELM.
Uh-huh.
It's a local Austin company. All the boots are made here in the good old US of A.
Mm-hmm.
They are made of like 100% leather. They're super comfortable. They're incredible. They look awesome. They feel incredible.
Mm-hmm.
Helm boots, number 1. I have 2 pair.
Okay.
Because I
Can
know
you
somebody
only
that
get them in
I know
Austin?
somebody that works
Or you
there.
get them
so
online?
they kind of hooked me up.
Oh, you can get them online?
Yeah.
Okay. And aren't they supposed to last forever? Because it's like an investment.
It's an investment. It is a little bit of an investment. They last up to 25 years.
Wow. Okay.
So,
all right.
But you have to get them resold.
Yeah.
All that kind of crap. Whatever.
All right. Number 1, Helm boots.
Helm
number
boots.
2.
Number 2, the new record by Butch Walker.
Who? Excuse me. This is another thing about us is that we do not listen to the same music.
Like, but when you talk about something that I'm loving, like this record,
Butch Walker.
Butch Walker.
Okay.
Like,
I've never even heard. Is that a person or a band?
Oh my gosh, Jamie.
Okay.
It's literally one of my favorite records of all time. So when you say,
so is it a new album?
It's a new album.
Okay.
Yes, I feel like I'm explaining to my dad like what a VCR is.
Okay, well, whatever. I don't know music.
So yeah, Butch Walker, "Afraid of Ghosts" is the
Okay.
name of the record.
Okay.
It's unbelievable.
What would you relate to someone that I might know? Remember when you took me to that Coldplay concert
Yes,
and I asked you if they were going to play?
Vertigo, and I was like, "You mean Vertigo by U2? No, they're probably not going to play a U2 song here, Jamie."
Oh, I'm the worst
Oh my
concert
God.
friend ever. What tickets did our friends Brad and Noel buy for us for the fall?
Damian Rice.
No,
Yeah.
Ryan Adams.
No, Damian Rice.
Oh, I thought they bought us Brian Adams. Or
No,
Brian...
we bought Ryan Adams, but we couldn't go because of.
Oh, was that just recently?
Yeah.
Oh, everyone went to that show we were supposed to go?
Yeah, but you didn't know him anyway.
I don't even know who that is.
No, Damian Rice, though, is the other, like, seriously, top 3 artist of all time ever.
And that's where we're going
Damian
in the fall?
Rice, we're going.
I cannot wait.
And you could not give one crap about anything that he does.
So, what's it? Butch.
I'd actually rather you just try.
I'm just
Keep going.
Bushwhacker.
Bushwhacker.
What's his name?
It's Bushwhacker.
Bushwhacker? That's his name? That's awful. Is that his name?
Yeah, that's his God-given.
No, what's the name of the
Bushwhacker.
artist?
Yeah, that's it.
Say it.
Bushwhacker.
Say it.
Butch Walker.
Butch Walker. Who would you say he's like?
If Jesus were...
No, for real. Give me someone that I might know.
I don't know, Jamie.
Okay. Like Dierks Bentley,
No.
Reba,
No.
Brooks and Dunn,
Uh,
George Strait. Okay,
nope.
I got nothing. All right, you're number 3.
My number 3. A new documentary on Netflix
I
called
was wondering if you're going to say this.
Chef's Table.
Yeah. Which again, I fall asleep too. We have no common interest. I don't even know any of these things you're talking about. Okay, Chef's Table. Tell everyone about it because you love it.
You're actually right. You don't give a crap about helm boots or bushwhacker or
Bushwalker.
Oh, Chef's Table.
I know.
God, but I love you so much.
I know. So Chef's Table, you've been watching it every night.
And the small of your back. Goodness.
Shut up. Oh my gosh. This is a podcast. I apologize to everybody.
You're going to have to put the little
It's going to have to turn the E. Yeah, it's no longer clean. If this is your first time, I promise you this is the only male guest I will ever have. He might come back again, but usually it's just
if anybody's
ladies.
still listening, they could have quit by now. If anyone's still
listening, yeah. If you're still listening, thank you. Okay.
All right, Chef's Table, real quick. Seriously, like, one of my favorite. I know I always talk in superlatives.
Yeah, like your favorite everything.
Favorite ever, best ever, all-time greatest. It's a documentary on Netflix about chefs. And each episode, an hour episode, is about one of the best chefs in the world. So right now there's 6 episodes on there. So it's 6 different chefs that are all amazing. And it talks about their life and their story and how their food is amazing and what made them them. And it's all about art, creativity, what makes an artist really great. It's incredible.
But it's not like just like the one I saw you watching last night. It's not just like a chef in downtown Austin. He was in like Patagonia.
All over the world.
All over the world.
So it might be some like super hype chef in New York City, but it also might be the best chef who knows Patagonian cooking, you know, in some grass hut and whatever. Yeah,
which I thought Patagonia was just an apparel company.
Right. Oh my gosh. You actually did, didn't you?
I did. I didn't know that it was.
You thought it was like
I didn't know it was a
Nike.
Country.
Oh, there's a country called Nike?
Okay, I went to college.
Barely.
Okay, I love your 3 things. I would have guessed. I can tell that those are 3 things you love.
Because honestly, all 3 of those things I kind of use every day.
Yeah. Okay, so today's my birthday. Back to that. Where are you taking me tonight?
We are going to Buffalina, the best restaurant in Austin. Superlative. It really is like.
It's one of the best pizza places. Top. Yeah. It's a great pizza place. Is it number 1? What are you saying?
No, it's seriously the best pizza place in Austin.
Like who says?
Me.
Oh, okay. You say. Okay, I thought you meant it was
me, and it's a doctoral fact.
Okay, it's on the list. It's on the list.
Everybody's list. Yeah. Everybody who knows anything.
I've only been there once.
So it's a true Neapolitan style pizza, which means the crust is very thin. But then
you can eat a lot of it.
Yeah, but the edge of it is kind of like squishy and gummy and perfect. Right. The way you know Neapolitan pizza actually is if the crust has like leopard spots.
Did you learn that on Chef's Table?
I sure did.
No, you
and
didn't.
Bushwhacker, he has a song about it. So you look at it and like there's like round, charred, burnt spots all around it. That's how you know. Whatever.
Okay.
But it's amazing, and the restaurant is a really cool vibe, and the kitchen's right in the middle. So we have a table for 6 tonight.
What'd you get me for my gift? That's another thing about us. We don't do gifts very much. We do birthday gifts, right? Right.
2 things. I got you a table for 6 at Buffalina.
Okay.
And a guest appearance on your podcast.
Oh, you're so sweet. We actually don't do gifts for Christmas, though.
No.
We've never done Christmas gifts.
Mm-mm.
It started out because we didn't have any money.
And then we realized that Baby Jesus is the greatest gift of all.
And Baby Jesus is the greatest gift of all. Aaron, we are officially at an hour. You sat... Here's the deal. Before we came out here, you were like, ugh. No,
I was like, kill me now.
Yeah, you didn't want to be on my show, and you loved it.
It's not that I didn't want to be on your show. I was just afraid. I was scared.
It was fun, wasn't it?
It was awesome.
I actually wish that I could do every single happy hour in person like this. Yeah. And I actually had a glass of wine this whole time. Mm-hmm. And so that's the happy hour. But I really do wish I could do every one in person. Yeah. So today is my birthday episode for me, and on the 9th is actually the happy hour birthday.
That's
which we should celebrate again. But then we'll celebrate the next day, Mother's Day. So we have a lot of Jamie celebrations this week.
Just like every week. It was fun talking.
Love you.
I'm going to take my hand off the small of your back now.
Oh my gosh. This is so uncomfortable. You're not even close to small on my back.
I know.
Guys, thanks so much for listening to the happy hour. This has been super fun because I have been here with my man, and that's been a lot of fun. Thanks so much for listening. If you have not subscribed to the podcast, it's super easy. Just head over to iTunes and type in Happy Hour with Jamie Ivey. Hit subscribe, and then every episode shows up in your, well, however you listen to podcasts, your iPhone or your Android, whatever it is. And usually it's just me and a girlfriend. Today was my husband. I want to say thank you to someone who left a comment over on iTunes, Cher Sutherland. She said, I discovered Jamie because I'm a big Jen Hatmaker and Austin fan. Me too. I intended to only listen to Jen in episode number 2, but I got so hooked, I've listened to them all. Okay, I confess, some more than once. Her guests are inspiring, endearing, and normal. And Jamie is an amazing host, witty and articulate with a great sense of timing. Instead of happy hour, I wish it was happy 2 hours. That's so nice, isn't that, Aaron?
I wasn't listening. I was
Okay.
actually texting.
Okay. I also want to say thank you. I also want to say thank you to someone else that left a comment, S. Smurfy3412.
Smurfy.
It is, Smurfy. Okay, Smurfy3412 said, I'm enjoying Happy Hour thanks to a sincere and authentic host with a variety of passionate and knowledgeable guests. I'm leaving a comment because of the episode featuring Becca and Maris, which highlighted foster care. Thank you. Such a powerful topic. This was a real conversation about something which can be glossed over, stigmatized, or ignored. Thank you for dialoguing truthfully. I volunteer with CASA and see how critical, phenomenal foster families are. So thankful for your raising awareness and sharing so openly. That was a really great episode with Becca and Maris.
I actually heard that one.
Yeah, they're both foster
really,
moms
really good.
and bring a lot to the table. So if you're interested in adoption or foster care, that's a great one
really
to listen
good.
to. Guys, thanks for listening. Today's my happy birthday episode, so thanks for listening. Coming up soon, like I said, Shauna Neekwitz, Tasha Morrison, Winter Pence, Melanie Dale. Lots of amazing women are joining me to talk about some great conversations. So thanks for listening. I love it. All of you that tell me that you tell your friends about it. It's such a joy because it is just fun to be on the happy hour with you guys and bring you great guests. So thanks for listening, guys, and I'll see you next week.
Bye.
Bye.
What's the point of all this background